friction.
That's it. I can't do this.
Jeff, where are you going?
So here's the deal. I don't like math. Never been good at it, especially anything to do with frictions.
Don't worry, Nick. I love fractions.
No, not fractions, frictions. I mean friction. No, look, okay. Friction, Noah. Friction is all around us, and we rely on either having a lot of it or having like none of it. Like the sport of curling in the Olympics, they take that big heavy stone and they send it across the ice, and it goes super far because there's really low friction. But if you want to increase the friction and make it hard for things to move, like just imagine if, I took you and I pulled your feet and dragged you across the gravel versus the ice. Which one's going to hurt more? The gravel, because there's a lot of friction. And so I was sitting at home and I started playing with my books. You know, everyone weaves books together like this. And I thought, wow, this is just kind of fun. And initially just started off as something I wanted to try. But then I noticed something. So I started noticing that when I put all these pages together, there's nothing holding these together. I just laid pages on top of each other. There's no glue, there's no nails, there's no anything, tape holding these together. It's just paper on top of paper, all like two hands just holding like this with friction. And when I did that, I noticed something. I went to pull it apart just for fun, and I couldn't pull it apart. I almost tooted. Anyways, I was wondering how strong this is. I know it's stronger than just one person, but do you think two people could pull it apart? Two's not enough. What if there's something heavier? Do you think it can hold that giant bell?
Well, what about a pulley that we used the other day?
What about pulling a car? The binding broke. The paper is good, baby.
What in the world?
The binding broke, yo. it remained. Yeah, boy. All right, so what did we learn today? Fractions. I mean, friction. Friction is really powerful, and it's awesome, and it's used in lots and lots of different ways in the world, because science. But how might it relate or remind us about Jesus? Well, in John chapter 15, Jesus uses this word abide. Abide means to rest in, to stay a part of. And so when we abide with Jesus, when we rest in Jesus, when every day we just spend a little time with Jesus, every day we're just building up a little bit more friction or connection to Jesus. We're abiding. And when Jesus says he'll pull us through, when we have a life of just thousands of little decisions saying, I want Jesus to be with me. I want to be with Jesus, and I want Jesus with me, and I want to be with Jesus. And when we do that day in and day out, it might not seem like a lot, just a couple little pages of our life, but when our life is built on Him, He can pull us through anything. He has the power to pull us through.